Welcome to episode 106 of the No Hangover podcast. Like always, you can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast. For the visuals, check us out
and Google Play. We fucking relearned that.
last week.
Yeah, boom.
We
Okay.
relearned that we're still on.
We
there,
relearned that. Well, yeah, we're there too. Visuals, check us out on YouTube, Instagram. Follow us at No Hangover Podcast. Follow our personal pages. Like, subscribe on, YouTube, everywhere else. Like, follow.
Comment, ratings, all that good
The
shit.
whole good.
The whole good.
Yeah, all of it.
The
All
whole
of it.
9 yards.
All the good content out there.
The whole shebang. Shebangers.
And for merchandise, check out our website, nohangoverpodcast.com.
Boom.
A little difference, a little bit DACA in here. Hope y'all like the feng shui.
The ambiance.
Who am I?
Dark. Who am I?
That's my good friend Jordan over here. That's my good friend Jordan right here. Sitting on this side of me is my good friend Eric.
Boom.
I'm Jacob.
You gotta use my show name. You gotta use your show name, bro. What's going on with you?
I can't introduce myself. That's weird. Your favorite host,
You can't.
Jordan Graves in the cut.
No, I don't.
The
Jordan
curly,
doesn't- I don't
the
do this.
curly-headed fuck.
I don't
Eric.
do this.
This
You gotta
guy.
do it appropriately. You gotta do it the right way. It's your boy Jordan G in the cut, your favorite host.
Fuck.
Here, happy to be here with my comrades, my compadres. In the middle, we got the Cuban sensation,
Yerp.
looking like it, feeling like it. Across from me, I got my dog Erica Ponte. You already know the
What's up?
vibes.
I love how you're like,
What'd
look,
it do?
Episode
ahead.
106. We here. We in the building.
rocking some podcast. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't know
just
what
talking
Jacob
all
is
over.
trying to say.
I'm all
But,
over the place today.
Reason why he's a little bit all over the place, a little bit rusty. He's
Yeah.
been gone for a week.
Yeah, I haven't been on a podcast in ages. It's
Mr.
crazy.
Mr. International has been traveling, although he
Yeah.
didn't leave the country.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
He
hasn't
was
been
Mr.
international.
National.
Mr. National.
Mr. Domestic.
Tell him where you've been.
Mr. Domestic.
Tell him where you've been. Tell him about your trip.
Took a good little trip over to Washington. As most of y'all know, I lived out there for a year, so
They don't know.
I
The
said
old stomping
most. I
grounds.
said most.
The old stomping grounds.
Yeah, so I flew into Seattle-Tacoma Airport, which is a good 40, 45-minute drive from where I was staying at. I stayed with my boy Ray. Shout out to Ray. Came pick me up. Went over to Lacey.
Raymond.
Yeah, that is his name. Went over to Lacey. Was chilling out there for a bit. Then
You said you went to where? Lacey?
Lacey. Yeah, it's a city in Washington.
Okay.
It's right next to Olympia, which is the
Sounds
capital.
like a porn star's name.
Okay. What is the reason for you
Okay.
to... What's the reason you went to Lacey? What's the significance of that?
Ray owns a house out in Lacey. That's the only significance of that.
So you guys were staying in Lacey, or you
Yeah,
went
he
to...
lives in Lacey. He picked me up. We went to his crib, chilled there for, I believe, a day. Yeah, we spent the first night of the trip there, and then woke up the second day. We headed out to Lake Chelan, which is about 3 hours.
Is that the lake that you didn't know that you wanted to go visit?
Yep, Lake
Lake
Chelan.
Chelan.
What do you mean he didn't know that he wanted
He
to go
mentioned
visit?
it.
Yeah,
he mentioned it before on the podcast, but he didn't remember. He said, "Oh, this lake's so beautiful. This, that, whatever."
It was nice.
Don't
in the
remember.
pictures that you
Yeah,
posted.
don't remember what the
And
name
those
of it
pictures
is.
don't even
but
do it justice. Like, the water is crystal. Like, you could see the bottom of the lake, which is fucking awesome.
Did you
Because
see any fishes?
Yeah, I don't fuck with lakes because of their reason. The water's too dark and murky
it's
for me.
murky here.
I don't like
but
what's-
like out there,
I don't like
and
the
it was
unknown.
nice and cool water. Like, it was. Just
I mean, up in
refreshing
the
as
north,
fuck.
you don't really have to worry about like amoebas or shit killing you.
Gators.
Yeah, snakes
gators
eating you
don't
up
live
and
there.
shit. Down here, you do.
Frogs,
in
all
the
kinds of
South,
nasty,
yeah.
slimy shit.
Yeah.
In the South, you got to worry
But
about
didn't
all
have
that.
to deal with any of that, so I got to jet ski and go boating on. Actually, so
Was
I
there
s-
fish in there?
Mom, I'm
Yeah,
going
there's some fish.
fast.
but I hardly saw them
Oh.
because we were making too much noise and ruckus.
Ah,
But so I was the original captain of the boat. Ray and his brother Nata, they drove the jet skis. So, but I couldn't whip the boat like I wanted to because I had his whole fam on board.
you
so
should
I
have
had to
said
be-
buckle up. It was about
It
to be a
was-
bumpy ride.
Nah, it was pretty funny. I was doing all the dumb shit I would usually do, like keep your hands and feet inside the vessel at all times. This is your captain speak. Stupid shit like that.
Guess
But
you had to be there.
I had his grandma, his wife, his 2 daughters.
Damn, yeah, the whole family on there.
Yeah,
Shit.
his niece, then one of his employees and their significant other. So yeah, I was in charge of all these people.
Shit.
So I was like, yeah, let me not, drive this boat all crazy.
Yeah, good judgment on your call.
Yeah.
On your
Especially
part.
when they were tubing. So the second day we got like a tube and stuff, and I was still driving the boat for that. Like I was one of the main people who would drive the boat while they were tubing. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to whip you guys off the tube. Sorry, you can't.
You ever been tubing? Well, obviously you went tubing that day.
Yeah, I went tubing in Lake Chelan, but I've been tubing plenty of times. Tubing is fun as fuck.
I've only been tubing one time in my life.
That shit is fun.
Tubing is like,
And it was fun.
yeah, it's fun as
I
shit.
went by myself though.
On the tube?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the best time. You're like there, you're like, oh, it's just me. When it's with other people, that's cool too, but you be slamming into each other.
I feel like that's what makes it fun.
That part
Yeah, I
does.
feel like it would be more fun with another person.
Yeah. Have you ever
Try
been
to
on,
knock each
Last
other
man
off and
standing.
shit.
Yeah, I would be trying to do that.
so you've only been tubing? Have you ever been like
One
on a
time.
hot dog or a
And
banana boat
It
or
was
anything?
up north.
Oh.
No.
Those are fun as fuck too, because then it's like y'all are in a line, so you'll see someone bounce off in front of you. You're like, oh my god, and you're still on. You're just like, where'd they go? Where'd they go? That shit's pretty fun. But the jet skis were awesome. Got to drive the jet skis, and like I said, this is a big ass. So
Never
Lake
done
Chelan was fucking huge. Like that's probably one of the biggest lakes I think I've ever seen in my life. Because it wasn't like we never hit a side of the lake.
So
That's how
you're
big
just
this
in the
lake
middle
was.
of the lake the whole time.
Pretty much. Like I mean, I would go to one side
Where'd
to
y'all
like
start?
there's
fucking
in
airdrop
the,
disaster.
in the middle. Just bow. We all just drop down straight in the middle. No,
Boom.
so there's clearly a side of the lake. But I'm saying like from, you know how usually you could see at least the perimeter of a lake when you get to it?
Yeah.
Or you see houses way off in the distance, but you at least see that?
Mm-hmm.
This lake is so fucking big, you don't see the edge of that.
Oh, wow.
Bro, I'm gonna look this bitch up.
It's
That's
a
crazy.
really long lake. It's on the, what would that be? It's on the east side of Washington, so it's like closer to like Idaho.
I went to a big lake like that.
It's very long.
Not as big as you're saying, because
I think
you
it's
can
like
still
20
see the houses and shit like that.
Shalam, is it Shalam? S-A-or-S-H-A-L? Yep, yeah, it is.
It's like, I don't know how long it is, but it's
I've been to
pretty
Lake
fucking big.
Webster in Massachusetts.
Webster's dictionary.
That's where I went tubing.
Chelan. It looks like it's a river.
Okay, maybe it is because it's fucking, like I said, long ass shit, but it's a lake.
Is it a lake or is it a river?
It's a lake, but it's just that long. It looks like a river.
Look, yeah, I mean, it looks like a river to me. Look at that shit.
It's just a huge ass lake. Runs for miles.
I don't fucking know. I don't know shit about shit, so.
Anyways, the water was beautiful. Fucking jet skis were fun as fuck. Was going crazy on those. Swimming and shit. I was backflipping off of everything. The backflips I posted, terrible quality, by the way.
Poor
Yeah, your
But-
boy
Poor
Anthony.
form. Poor rotation.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny. I had a good laugh, but fuck it.
What'd he say?
So what was the reasoning of your trip to go out there? Was it
Um,
more just to like...
It was more just to, take a little vacation because I was getting kind of tired at work. But also, it's Ray's daughter's birthday, Iris. And I was there for her birth. Might as well go for her birthday.
Boom.
So
You were there for the birth of her?
Yeah.
Okay.
it was literally...
Oh, yeah, you moved up for the baby shower, right?
No,
You
I
had just missed the
I had
baby
missed the
shower.
baby shower, and I moved up, honestly, like 2.5 weeks before she was born.
That's crazy.
So, like, I moved up there, and Allie was still pregnant and stuff. And then one day we were all getting ready for work. We all went downstairs. This is when I stayed with Ray at the time still. And then it was like Ray, Allie, me, and I just hear Allie's water break. I'm like, oh.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's
Oh
crazy.
my God.
One of the craziest experiences of my life that had nothing to do with me. I was just like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Kind of tripped me out.
something?
And Ray,
God damn it, I just mopped in there.
no, it was just priceless. Ray and Allie's face, they were both like,
It's time.
so I was like, all right, well.
Jake's like, we got to go. Come on.
And I was just
in
like,
shock, staring at each other.
I just took Allie's car. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to work now. See you guys later. And they, went off to the hospital.
So
Then had Iris.
Wow.
And I went and saw
Good
her
old
after work.
Uncle Jakey.
Yep.
Boom.
Jacob's got hella kids. Not like his own kids. He's got hella nephews and nieces through one biologically through family, and then
Yeah.
a bunch
Through
of
friends.
other good friends, good strong relationships that he's built over the
Boom.
years.
Look at you.
Yep.
That he's just Uncle Jacob.
Just
A
T.O. out
family
everywhere.
man.
You got a good
Family man.
5, 6
What, like nieces and nephews?
through friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
Donna, Jose, Ray.
Matt.
That
Man.
rhymed. Donna Jose Ray.
Okay.
I'll do this.
And Matt, yeah.
Skeeve on the way.
Yeah. Gonna have a nephew.
Damn.
Not to mention, we haven't even gotten to that part yet.
I don't know.
Shit. Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Look at you. Look at you. Good old
Some-
family man Jake.
Yep. Add that to the list.
Boom.
But yeah, fun trip. Glad I went out there. Always a good time in Washington. Fun times. Just chilling, really. But it was cool to just chill, right?
Now ask the question that you want to ask. The fun
What's
stuff.
What did you do out there? Did you hit any dispensaries?
Well, that's the fun stuff.
Of course.
See?
Y'all know me. Of course I did.
They don't know that about you.
No, it's a legal state, so anything that's legal, I partake in.
Shit, I'm going up to Jersey in October, and weed's legal there. So hopefully, by the time I go up there,
What you going up there for?
To visit my sister.
Good old Rach.
Yeah. Well, really, I mean,
That's my
I'm
dog.
going there. I leave probably on a Thursday. I'll get there on Thursday, and then that Friday we're driving to Pittsburgh to go visit my cousin. So, and that's like a 6-hour drive.
Hmm.
And I'll be there all weekend. Come back Sunday, chill, and then probably fly back Monday.
Hmm.
But weed is legal in Jersey, and I'm hoping that there's dispensaries open at that time. Medically legal, recreationally legal, all that shit.
Yeah,
Bow.
that's the cool thing about Washington, recreationally.
How close do you think we are to being a recreational state?
Hopefully close.
2 years?
I was saying that 2 years ago.
About 2 months. Huh? November's right around the corner. Let's put it on the bill. Put it on the docket. You know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
That would be pretty lit.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
I mean, there's fucking... It still amazes me how many smoke shops there's just going up and down Colonial.
They're selling like legal THC now. It's called Delta 8.
Yeah, we were talking about that before. That
Mhm.
shit is... still seems a little sketch.
It is a little sketch. Should have make it sleep for a day
Delta.
and a half. I'm not going to fucking lie to you.
Delta
I've had one before. The gummies?
Delta 8 gummies?
The
I
Delta
don't
8 gummies?
That shit sounds like it's
Oh.
synthetic.
I've
as
never
fuck.
tried, like, if it was like a strand of weed or something you could smoke, but I've had a brand of Delta 8 gummies.
Delta 8 is the THC level. What we...
Well, I'm just saying they were called literally on
Go ahead.
the packaging.
Go ahead.
What
Give
majority of people partake in is Delta 9, which is the higher level of THC.
Boom. Go
Interesting.
bestow them with some wisdom,
The more
some
you know.
knowledge.
The more you know.
Yeah. So Delta 8's what's in like CBD, basically.
CBD line. Turn up.
They have Delta 8 in there, which is a level of THC. Really just helps you sleep, honestly. Makes you
It's
more
like
relaxed.
it's like a calming. Well, I tried some actual like that's just what the label said. It said Delta 8 gummies, but they were pretty fucking strong edibles.
How many did you have?
Just had one.
For real.
He was
Gummies
off
don't
his
really do
rocker.
shit for me.
I wasn't
usually
like
don't
off
do
my
shit for
rocker.
me.
Like it didn't.
Baked goods is what gets me.
You said it
fucked up.
doesn't do shit for you?
Usually
Lying
not.
ass.
But
One
guy.
or two times it has,
This
but
guy.
gummies?
No, he was saying edibles doesn't do shit for him.
one or two times it has. More
than
than that?
1 or 2 times. What are you talking about? There was a phase where it was fucking edibles
Yeah.
for weeks.
And you were getting
Yeah.
smacked.
We had a good old
Good old
pleasant
smacked
connect.
around.
That was just...
He needs to start
handing
making them
out.
again is what
Right?
he needs to do.
Right?
Be right on time for this trip.
I'm going to talk to him about it.
We're going to Nashville.
Boom.
Nash Vegas,
Be like,
bitch.
Get some fucking...
open up the bakery, bro.
barbecue and listen to... So you better come back with a cowboy hat.
How much
think we're
traveling
supposed to
have you?
take
How
cowboy
much
hats.
traveling have you? Let's.
You
let's-
have one though, right?
Let's break down your traveling thus far this year because you've done a good amount of traveling. Miami, Washington, Vegas, Nashville. Now, am I missing anything that you've done? Did you go out of the
I don't
country
think
anywhere
so.
else?
I've been out of the country yet.
Any tropical places?
Miami's pretty
I
tropical.
haven't been out of the country this year.
That's pretty good for 2021. The first half.
True.
Miami.
Then we'll close it out with
Vegas,
some snowboarding.
Nashville,
Fuck.
Washington.
We'll close out the year on some snowboarding
Should have
trip.
did that too. Well, no, it's summertime up there.
Nah, I'll do that.
If you go to South America, it's wintertime down there.
I'll do that like November, December. That would be pretty fun. Take
Where
a
would
little
you go though?
Colorado.
Damn, I'll
I've
go
never
with
been.
you. I don't know if I'll snowboard, but I'll go with. Damn, when are you going though?
November, December time.
Oh, well maybe that works out.
I'm trying to go to Astro World.
Astro World. Astro World.
That would be pretty cool too. Or is it gonna be Houston?
Yep.
It's always in Houston.
Fuck it, let's go to Houston.
See some booty.
I was thinking Astro World, but
Oh.
sure.
I mean,
There's gonna be a
I'm
lot
kidding.
of that
You
at
know
Astro
damn
World.
well I was thinking that.
yeah, no. Take some cacti with you.
Fuck cacti.
No,
This man's a fucking cacti fiend.
Cacti ain't no iced tea.
This guy.
This shit is definitely not no fucking iced tea.
So if
Let me
you've
tell you.
Drinking that shit straight from the plant.
yeah,
You
if
think that's where he gets it from? He fucking puts a little
That shit is
big
strong.
thing in it.
if you've never had
That agave in there is strong.
if you've never had a cacti or
That shit
don't
is
know
not
what that
good.
is, it's
We're not-
let Jordan describe what it
It's
is
a seltzer.
actually.
I like the cacti. So
Go ahead,
you want me to describe it?
Yeah, because
I mean, it's seltzer water. So if you've ever had like a White Claw or a Truly, it's basically the same thing. But
Trulies
seltzer
are the
water
best.
doesn't have. It's like it starts off with like a good taste, but then it's seltzer water, so it just goes straight flat. It doesn't have really
It doesn't. Yeah.
flavoring like that. So for some people,
It's like a
Truly's
pinch.
taste
It's like a
good.
pinch of flavor.
it's a pinch of flavor, and you expect more, and it just like it never comes to fruition.
Honestly,
I don't
It's
know,
like
man.
more of a it's like a disappointment every time you drink it, I guess,
fuck.
unless you understand what it is and you just live with that.
But if
so
you keep
for
on,
me,
I mean, if you keep on
I'm
drinking
good
it,
with it.
expect it to have flavor, then you're kind of trying to disappoint yourself at that
I
point.
feel like those strawberry lemonade Trulies are just like the lemonade version of Trulies. They have like a couple
They're better?
different. Yeah, they have. You could actually taste flavor.
Bro,
in them.
fuck that.
Consistent?
Just a Mike's Hard lemonade. Those shits will get you fucked up, and they have flavor.
I like cacti.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of cacti.
We drank
Had them the other
a
day.
whole box. Of
I'd
them
rather just
motherfuckers.
drink some liquor.
Yeah.
Or if I'm gonna go to the beach, like I said, I'll get a fucking Mike's Hard and fucking get like 3 of those. Go through 2 of them.
Liquor's
I'll
so
be
heavy
fucking-
sometimes, though. Well, I mean, not heavy.
Depends what you mix it with,
but-
though.
You should just stick to that. Just that. Because if anytime I mix shit,
If you mix it, but don't mix it with soda. Mix it with like juice, some OJ or some
True,
fucking
but-
lemonade, some cranberry.
it also depends what you're drinking.
Yeah, but so if you're, I mean,
I need some whiskey. I want to get a bottle of Johnny here. Haven't had Johnny in a while.
I feel like we had Johnny not too long ago.
I feel like it's been a long
Jack, we've had a lot of Jack.
JD,
Not a lot of Johnny.
Yeah,
Jack
I don't think
Danielle.
we've had Johnny in a while.
We haven't had Hennessy in a while, it feels like.
Fuck Hennessy. That's why
We have Hennessy all the time.
I don't think you can truly mean that.
I do truly mean it. Hennessy is not good.
You don't like Hennessy?
It's not good.
He drinks it all the time.
I know.
do. I
don't
mean,
get
to
it.
be honest, I don't really like liquor that much. Like liquor is not that. It doesn't have a great flavor, but I think Hennessy is very overrated.
All alcohol does not have
Yeah.
a good
There's
flavor.
definitely better alcohol than Hennessy. A
You
lot
had
better.
you
A
had
lot better liquor than Hennessy.
Yeah.
You had a stretch, though.
Yeah, but because that's what you guys were getting, and I'm like, fuck, I'm shit.
You had a stretch where you kind of were surprising me. Like, you were the initiator for a little bit, for like a good month.
What
This
was-
is when we were still at the house, I think. When we were still recording at the house.
yeah,
For
yeah.
like
That
the
makes
last
sense. Then.
2 months, month and a half, like
Yeah, that makes sense.
you
yeah.
were on it.
Yeah.
You were initiator.
Now slow
I
down.
mean, he
Then
had
you slow down.
he had his what's it called? The glass thing.
decanter.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
you were
decanter
using the
that-
decanter. When we had the
Shit.
decanter, you were making
Yeah,
use
it
of
was
it for
fucking
sure.
fancy.
Yeah,
Damn, I fucking broke one of the cups last
gave
week,
you
2
reason.
weeks ago, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you did.
It did give me a reason.
the decanter gave you reason to get alcohol
did.
put into it.
Now, I'm just a sober Sally.
Yeah, we don't drink here like that.
We don't drink
There's
at all.
rules here,
Rules and
but
regulations.
I mean it's a good
Fuck the
thing.
rules.
Keeps things in place for the
Fuck
most
the
part.
rules.
yeah, we like to have sober podcasts occasionally.
Fuck.
Majority of them are sober.
Yeah,
now
a vast majority,
the
but
ones in the house never. Some, but
I think we probably have more drunk podcasts than sober podcasts.
yeah, because there's
out of 106,
really
Yeah.
75.
I don't know. Y'all
We have to think.
y'all
like,
had
the
a good
fir-
y'all had
the
a good
first-
50 without me.
The
damn
first, like, what? How many were? I mean, we were drinking,
Mm-hmm.
doing
We're
things.
drinking
that-
to get warmed up sometimes.
Yeah.
That was the only way we would start a podcast.
Mhm.
We usually the old ritual used to be like at least 1 to 3 shots, and then we'd start the show.
That's true.
Boom. Have a little drink on the side too.
Yeah.
And then
Home
somebody
mix
would
drink
butcher the introduction, like, all right, another one. We're not ready.
Yep.
Oh shit! But all right, fucking Jacob's trip to Washington. You had fun.
Yeah, it was a good
Had
time.
It was
Love
a
Washington.
success. We're glad to have you back, Jacob.
Appreciate it.
I hope
Well,
the people
yeah,
are glad
they-
to have you back.
They get scared every time I go to Washington. Just Jordan.
They
like,
do. That's what I mean.
I don't.
I get frightened, bro.
It's like, no, don't
Back
stay
to
out there.
FaceTime again.
Don't stay out there.
Fuck it.
Nah, I wasn't too worried. Wasn't too worried about you.
But while you
I
were
didn't
in
even think
Washington,
about it like that. That's funny. But I'll let you change subject. Go ahead.
Basketball. The finals came and went.
Giannis,
I
he did
should
it.
have bet on that shit.
He did it the old school way. I mean, you kind of did call. You
I
called the
did.
Bucks in the finals. You called them winning as well.
Yeah.
But you called LA. The
But
Clippers
like
going.
I was kind of flippy floppy on if I thought they were gonna win or not. So that's why I didn't bet. I
Well, I
too
mean,
confident.
it was interesting playoff run for them because
They went
every
down
series
2-0.
other than the first series, they went down 2-0. So
Mhm.
they weren't like ever like the solidified team that was going to go to the finals and win the chip. They more were underdogs flying under the radar. And I think that's why they found the success that they did, especially Giannis, because there wasn't as much pressure on him as there was the previous couple years, especially those 2 MVP seasons.
Yeah.
It's like the expectation was higher for him to win. This year you have the Nets in the East. You have the 76ers that were balling out. I feel like those were the two.
Well, that and I mean the way they exited the last 2 playoffs.
True.
They got bounced by Miami, and then the year before that,
People kinda lost.
It was very underwhelming performances in the playoffs,
And that
especially
hype
by
died
Giannis.
down.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Giannis was hurt in the
Correct.
playoffs last year, so that was kind of like,
The
another
fact, I
storyline.
mean, shit, he damn near broke his knee.
That shit was kind of he hyperextended that
the
shit.
fuck out of it. He still came out game 1.
Yep.
Bald. They
Yeah.
lost, but I mean they lost.
Yeah, but then the very next game puts up 40. Still loses, but put up 40.
And that's the thing. I feel like them losing the first 2, like everybody was at that point, like the storyline going into the finals was, oh, Chris Paul, he finally got to the finals, like this, that, whatever.
sad.
It was a very
He
cute
fucked up.
story, this, that, whatever. So I feel like that kind of helped with the Bucks kind of flying under the radar, and
True.
then they went up 2-0, and everybody was riding the Bucks off even more.
True.
It was like, and then they ripped off 4 in a row, and fuck
Which
what you
sucks
heard.
for Devin Booker because this man dropped 40, twice?
Yeah.
He played well, but I mean, he needed another guy. He didn't really have
He
too many
he
other
played-
strong
he did play
contributions
well.
offensively.
Devin Booker did play well considering it's his first playoff run ever,
Right.
and he made it into the finals. But he would have almost kind of like Jimmy did last year. He'd have one game where he went off crazy, and the next game very pedestrian.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like in the finals, you have to be more consistent than that. It's 7 games. The first 2 can win 4. So it's like you have to be consistent every night. And Giannis, he was consistent.
He was. He
was dropping what, 30 a night? 32?
Nobody could stop him. There was
35
nobody. The Suns did not have an answer for him.
Yep.
And it was funny because everybody was hyping up DeAndre Ayton because he was having he put up some whatever stat line that it was just him, Kareem, and David Robinson, that it was like, oh shit, like watch out. And then
I mean, he was still
elite
balling.
company.
he was still balling, but in comparison to what Giannis was doing, and that DeAndre Ayton was guarding Giannis, and he was just fucking bullying him and fucking.
when it was them,
there was no answer.
When number is them against each other, Ayton held his own. He wasn't getting scored on as much as you'd think. It was when they would switch or anything else, Giannis was just capitalizing every time. Anytime Ayton was not in the paint, Giannis scored.
But even then, it's not like he was really slowing down Giannis. Like he did because he's a bigger body, but it's not like it was like a significant as far as.
It's hard to guard Giannis though. He's a center that's not a center.
Yeah, I mean they have him a power forward.
I know, but I'm just saying he's fucking.
And imagine like he was just
lengthy fuck that
beating
runs
them up
fast as
down
shit.
low. Imagine if he gets some type of jump shot, like just some type of jump shot.
Yeah.
That he's shooting like maybe like 30-35% from the mid range.
Yeah.
Then that is, I mean that's unstoppable.
He did it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, he did.
He did
Bully
it the
ball.
oldfashioned way.
You
Well,
saw-
not only
you saw Shaq gave him the
that, as
nickname?
far as like not going to a super team, he re-signed with the Bucks last year. Had plenty of opportunity to go somewhere else
that
this
max
year.
contract.
You know what I'm saying? And that kind of has been the narrative in the NBA for a little while now.
Giannis is funny though. After he won, okay, I request a trade.
Yeah, because that was the talk the last couple of years.
That shit's hilarious. Giannis is a character. He's a funny guy.
He is hilarious. But yeah, definitely happy to see him win.
Who's making him the new face of the league?
I mean, that's what everyone else is fucking saying. That it's
But
basically
they say that
Giannis.
every year you win a chip.
That's what I'm saying. But they're giving it to Giannis now. Giannis is the face of the league. He's the best player of the league. Did you saw the one take they were trying to say like LeBron's not even a top 5 in the league
Yeah,
right
I
now?
saw that.
And then the comments were what got me. The comment under it was fucking priceless. It was like the disrespect. This man's going into his 19th year and they think he's not the top 5.
I mean,
He's like his level of greatness is just crazy.
Is he a top 5 player?
I don't know.
Was he
Based
in
off
the playoffs?
last season, I don't know. Based off last season, I don't know. Because he was, I mean, it was a
but
lot
we
of
can break
taking,
down the season. If we're talking about the first half of the season.
Yeah, but it's the whole season. I mean, the whole season's done with. It's over. We have a champion, so it's not, I mean, you can do first half, second half, whatever the fuck, but we have the whole entirety of the season to look at. So, I mean, to me, the whole entirety of the season, sure, he probably is a top 5 player, but I think you can make an argument based off last season that he, I mean, that's the most decline that we've seen from LeBron James.
Yeah, he was only averaging like 25 points a game. Like,
and again,
he's washed.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying he's washed, but
washed for sure.
I didn't say he was washed, but he from what we're used to what we saw last season, or him taking nights off, he's been getting hurt a little bit more. We didn't really see him in the playoffs. It's even in the first round. I mean, they got bounced in the first round when they were playing the Suns. Like, we didn't see him take his game to that next level like we usually do in the playoffs. Like, it seemed like he hit a ceiling. Not to say that ceiling isn't, 25, 7, and, 7 assists or whatever, 7 boards, but, it wasn't enough. And usually, I mean, to me, the greatest season, his prime was his second run in Cleveland. Like, I feel like he had it all physically, mentally, like every aspect of his game was just on another level.
Yeah.
In Miami, he was more in his athletic prime, but I don't feel like his IQ's always been there. But I feel like his IQ went to a different height when he went to Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And then that run that he had after Kyrie left, that playoff run, that whole season, like, that shit was incredible. Like, that's what I was expecting to see this year in the playoffs when they were playing the Suns. Like, to him, take it to another level, and like, is he gonna be able to switch gears and push them to at least the second round? And they got bounced. Yeah. And again, you could, there's a lot of different, whatever. The season was shorter, not a long off season.
They didn't have much rest.
Just that whatever injuries. I mean, you could throw whatever the fuck you want to throw in there. But at the end of the day, the standard that we have for LeBron James is
greatness.
Exactly, and nothing less. Right. And I mean, unfortunately, this year it was less than great. He got bounced in the first round for the first time, albeit in his 18th season. But
we'll see if this next season, now that he got bounced in the first round. He's never been bounced in the first round, so he's got more rest this year than any other year. Maybe he'll come out and freaking do something crazy.
But also, AD's got to stop being a bitch.
That's just true.
Yeah, AD was kind of non-existent.
Very pedestrian.
Not non-existent, but he was very, very streaky.
He got hurt. He hurt his groin, and he was not there.
Correct. Just one game, you couldn't find him the whole game. You'd be soft on the boards. You wasn't doing anything offensively, and then he would bounce back the next game.
That's a hard injury to play through, though, so...
He'd bounce back the next game and have 30 and 10. And then the game following that, he'd disappear again. So he kind of was streaky.
Wishy-washy.
And in the playoffs, you can't be that way.
But
especially against the number 2 seed in the first round.
And a hungry team like that, too. A young, hungry, scrappy team like that.
Definitely.
Which, I mean, you start seeing all the...
You think we'll see the Suns back in the playoffs next year?
I think they'll be in the playoffs, but I kind of think this was kind of an outlier season for them. I don't think they're going to be that great like they were this season.
The West is strong.
The West is strong
when they're healthy.
Strong. But who knows? Maybe they'll get a free agent coming there or something. You never know.
I mean, but who? They would have to. There's no big free agent. They would have to trade for somebody this season. I don't see them trading anybody. I mean, the biggest move that they can make is re-signing Chris Paul, or maybe doing like a signing trade with somebody. But like, I don't see that happening. They're not. I mean.
What if they sign and trade Chris Paul and like they get Dennis Schroeder and like?
I don't think that's an upgrade though.
Yeah, because the Lakers
they're talking about trading his ass. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't see
that's not really an upgrade. I feel
not
like
for the Lakers at all, but
no, for the Lakers it's an upgrade. For the Suns, that's a downgrade. Yeah. Talent wise, he's better right now because he's younger. But as far as chemistry and
he's not a floor general.
Yeah,
he's not a floor general. That's for sure.
So I mean. Like I said, they'll probably, be a top 5 seed in the West next year, but I don't know. I mean, and this might just be me. I feel like this playoff run kind of, people are romanticizing, Devin Booker and shit like that, and I feel like they're elevating him to a little bit more than what he is.
Devin Booker is a bucket.
He is a bucket, but I don't think he's a top 10 player. I don't think he's a top 15 player.
I think he's a
top I think 10. He hovers around like 20 to 25.
Bucket getter. Like if it's off purely getting buckets, that man's top 10. But if it's a full on, you're talking about, his whole basketball career, how it's shaping out. I mean, he's not necessarily the best two-way player. He He still will get you like 25 a night though, but I
Yeah.
guess I could see where you're going with
He's
that.
not top 15.
I think he 20 to 25 probably.
Wow,
I mean,
interesting.
who thought? I mean, before this season,
Well, let's
before
talk about
this
his-
run, who thought that he was better than that? I mean, the only reason that we think he's better than that now is because they made the playoffs. But
Was
he's
he
been
an
putting
All-Star?
up similar numbers.
Was he an All-Star this
He's
year?
been putting. I don't know. I don't think so.
Off of a injury, I think he was. Who got hurt and he replaced him? I'm pretty sure. That's how he got in.
But like before this season, nobody was really like he was doing the same shit, getting buckets. You know, he's an offensive player, but nobody was elevating until. I mean, they went on a run, and you know it's very impressive, and you know going off the momentum from the bubble and shit like that. But again, I'm kind of in the camp of that Chris Paul has a lot to do with that. I don't think if Chris Paul doesn't sign with the Phoenix Suns, they make the playoffs. I don't think they make it out of the second round. I don't think they beat the Lakers if they
face the Lakers again.
I don't think they're a 2 seed. They might. I think they would be more of like a 7 or 4 seed.
I mean, but who knows? They might be in a 2 seed again because the way they play basketball. Granted, it might not be set up for the playoffs in a 7-game series, but it's hard to beat straight bucket getters every night.
The reason they were playing the basketball that they were playing this year was because of Chris Paul. Though. I think that's what he's trying to say.
True, I'm not saying they weren't, but I'm just saying it's much more likely that they'll get wins when they only have to play a team one time than if they're in a series.
They're a regular season. I mean,
it's a regular season team.
Regular
they
season
could be,
team, but
which we've seen it plenty of times. Like think about James Harden on the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
regular season team. Yeah, I
Fucking
mean,
scoring his ass off, getting regular season wins. As soon as the playoffs hit, where's he at?
yeah, but that's. I mean,
Yeah,
long
but you
term
can game plan against that in the playoffs.
Long
Correct.
term.
That's what I'm trying to say about
Long
the
term
Suns.
for your legacy though, that shit doesn't. I mean, how's the way that we look at James Harden right now? Or I mean, even like a Russell Westbrook, great fucking regular season player. They put up fucking ungodly numbers. Russell Westbrook, how many
Triple-double.
Yeah, James Harden fucking putting up crazy numbers and fucking not giving a shit. Just fucking offensive player. People are saying he's one of the greatest offensive players of all time, but playoffs come around and his numbers dip. He's not as consistent. He doesn't really, push the meter one way or the other. Like he doesn't. It's not like you have James Harden on your team. That's you're guaranteed to win a series, or like that's really like a big game changer in the playoffs at least.
And that's how people felt about him when he went over to the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
People thought they were going to win the chip.
And then he got.
They
But that's
got
the
bounced
thing. The thing with that though is like,
And they were inches away from going to the
Kyrie
conference finals.
and literally
Since
inches.
KD moves
Yeah.
his foot back an inch. That's a game
but the
winner.
thing is that like the reason I never bought into the Nets is because you get a whole bunch of players. You gather, of course, they have a fuckload of talent, offensive talent. They can get a bucket whenever the fuck they want. But you get
egos.
players that haven't done it by themselves anywhere else. So like I just don't get like bringing them together. Why would you think that they would get it done? Like KD when he was on the Thunder wasn't really like. He was good. They made runs in the playoffs, but he always came up short. Kyrie before LeBron and post LeBron, he didn't really do anything. Like he had one great playoff run, and people wanted to dub him the greatest thing since sliced bread. James Harden again, like he didn't like
Sliced bread is the shit.
he he went. He was with the Rockets. Putting up all these numbers. But when the playoffs come, so like I just never understood why people thought if there was no clear cut like leader, no clear cut somebody that is gonna take over the locker room and say this is how shit's gonna be done. We're not with the bullshit. We're not with the fucking outside distractions or this or that or disruptions. Like this is what it is, and there was never really that between the three of them.
Never.
Yeah.
And they never were healthy all at the same time and on the floor together for more than what?
Like
10-game stretch?
Yeah,
I think that was the longest.
I think it was like 7 games, wasn't it?
Like
10
7
7
to 7
games, some
yeah.
shit like that. It wasn't anything crazy, but
So how much chemistry do you build? You know what I'm saying?
It's very hard to build a
I
team.
mean, and they
Team
were good when they
camaraderie.
were together in the playoffs. But
of course, they're gonna be good. Like they're
Mhm.
gonna get buckets, but again, it's
when adversity hits,
you can, like you were saying though, you can game plan against that shit in the playoffs. In the regular season, you're only playing a team once, and then you're moving on to the next, so you don't
Right.
really have time to game plan and shit.
right.
In the playoffs, you got 7 games to fucking figure this shit
I
out.
will say though, this
Take away
was
what they do well.
Mhm.
This was like, we had all talked about it. This was the only year that you didn't know who the finals matchup was going to be.
Yeah,
Like it was
Right.
it was a toss up. Like this was an exciting year for basketball fans pretty much around the world because you didn't honestly know.
I mean, a lot of
It
people
was
would
and
say
it wasn't.
it was diluted a little bit, or not diluted, that it was kind of since the injuries and shit, it was kind of.
Well, yeah, the injuries fucking sucked because, I mean, you had how many star players getting injured?
And I think that was the biggest thing, though, that it was. I don't think there was really an increase in injuries. It was just more to bigger names.
There was an increase in injuries for star players.
For star players, that's what I'm saying.
That's
but
the
like,
NBA,
I'm sorry, injuries in total. There's like injuries build up through the season. We just don't see them happen to the star players like it was happening this year.
No one cares about those guys. We're talking about the stars here.
Yeah, but
when a star gets hurt,
but look, the fucking
when you're paying
the
to watch
team
LeBron,
that won,
and LeBron
the
gets
team
hurt,
that
you're
fucking
pissed.
won the finals was the healthiest, and they only had one star player. Everybody else is essentially role players. I mean, who else? Chris Middleton, is he a star player?
No, he has gained my respect this year.
Drew
Without
Holiday.
Chris Middleton, though, they would not be even.
No, they wouldn't.
Chris Middleton was amazing in the playoffs, the whole entire playoff stretch, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he was. He was the only reason they fucking made it to the finals.
Relax.
What the fuck?
He's one of the only. What are you talking about?
What he had 15. No, but you said he was the only reason that they made it to the finals.
Because Giannis is putting up great games. Chris Middleton made 15 go-ahead buckets. So
you're telling me if Giannis is not on Giannis is not on that team, they're still making it to the finals because of Chris Middleton. No, all right, shut up.
Not at all.
So then thank you.
I'm saying if Chris Middleton wasn't there, though, they're not making it to the finals at all.
Yeah, you could say that about Drew Holiday too. If he's not on that team, they're not making because he clamped up fucking Chris Paul.
That's cool. That's when they made it to the finals. I'm saying.
And you don't think Drew Holiday it's
Chris Middleton tied LeBron with making 15 go-ahead
I don't think
buckets.
He's the fucking lone reason that they made
Technically,
it.
Technically, they did have 3 All-Stars
if you
on
miss
that team,
15
though.
of those go-ahead buckets.
I mean, it is one superstar, essentially, but it is 3 All-Stars.
If Chris Middleton missed those shots, though, they weren't making it to the finals.
Sure.
He was the one who got them the go-ahead bucket.
If Jay Crowder missed some shots, too, the Suns weren't going.
You could say that, but I'm not talking about the Suns. I'm talking about the Bucks.
So is Jay
Crowder?
About Chris
Middleton here.
Is there?
We understand what you're trying to say. Your wording was just wrong.
Yeah,
not at all.
Yeah, it was. You said he was the only reason that they made it to the finals.
He's a big reason.
There you go.
One of.
There you go.
The only reason
that works too.
Giannis was a fucking very big reason why they made it to the finals.
He is the biggest reason.
Of course, putting up fucking 30 a game, 35 a game. It helps, but he's not a closer.
He's not. You're right.
So without a closer on that team, aka Chris Middleton, they would not finish those games, and they're not making. You
learn how to word your shit.
Takes a team.
I know how to word it. Damn it.
Barely. We understand you, though.
I just want me to explain more.
Shit.
Yeah,
exactly. Put context behind your shit, dog.
I was.
But
you have to.
I always rush to assumptions.
That's the word.
Don't let me finish the point.
But you did finish the point.
What does this do for Giannis's legacy? Puts him in an elite company.
Yeah. He's a Hall of Famer already.
He's one of 3 or 4 guys to have 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year, and a chip.
Yeah. Well,
Mike,
one of 3.
Duncan,
Hakeem.
No.
Was it not Hakeem?
Mike and the Admiral.
No, it's Mike, Hakeem, and
Giannis.
They're the only they're the only 3 to win a defensive.
Robinson.
They're the only 3 to win a Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. That was the 3. That was the list.
It's not David Robinson?
No.
Does he have a Finals MVP?
Yeah, I think so. The first one that they won, right?
Yeah.
He has a Defensive Player of the Year?
That I don't think he has.
But he does have MVP. He won an MVP over Hakeem.
David Robinson?
Yes.
Bro, look it up. Look it up right now. Look it up right now.
You're like, look at it right fucking now.
But
I don't know about that.
I think he's a Hall of Famer already.
David Robinson, MVP year, 1995.
So did he win a Defensive Player of the Year?
He won the MVP over.
He had a quadruple double once, didn't he? That shit's pretty.
Over Hakeem, and Hakeem busted his ass in the playoff game. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, this is your MVP."
Oh shit. The Admiral. He went to Navy, right? He had to serve in the Navy before.
David Robinson won the award in 1991-92 season.
But no Defensive Player of the Year. That's what we were.
For Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh shit. In the same year?
No, he won it in 91-92.
Well, either way, that list.
But I think the list was for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year.
Giannis won Defensive Player of the Year this year?
Last year. And MVP last year.
So then how would it all be in the same year? Isn't that what you just said?
No, I said MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, not Finals MVP.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that was.
I'm pretty sure it was David Robinson.
It was a couple days ago.
Because I don't think Hakeem does have a Defensive Player of the Year.
Bro, who knows?
We're getting real technical right now. Either way, he's an elite company. He did it the old-fashioned way. Got drafted to the Bucks. Didn't go anywhere else. Didn't have any really big marquee names around him. Some great role players, but yeah, he got it done the old-fashioned way. So much respect to Giannis. He's the first one to bring a ring there in 50 years.
And drop 50 in Game 6.
And drop 50 in Game 6. First one since Lou Alcindor.
A.K.A. Kareem.
I was going to say that game. Kareem. So,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That'll tell you it's been a long fucking time. Because who remembers when the fuck he was Lou Alcindor? Only so many people know that.
71? That was the year my mom was born.
71? My dad was born 71. My mom's born 70.
Yup. Damn.
Sorry to age y'all motherfuckers, but yeah.
Duncan.
So Robinson doesn't have the Finals MVP.
Damn, Tim Duncan.
It's like my dad was born in the 50s.
Yikes.
Yeah, your daddy old.
Old
Damn.
shit.
Fuck. Well, this fucking Olympics real quick. They just lost today to France.
I know. I seen that.
Yikes.
Supposedly players are upset at Pop because he's trying to run the Spurs offense in Olympic play. And a lot of the players are like disagreeing with it.
Well,
reports I just
this
seen.
Is the what is
What are
this?
they
The
gonna
first
do?
loss since like 2004.
They snapped like a however long game winning streak.
They lost 2 exhibition games.
Yeah,
they
but
lost to Australia.
Exhibition don't give a shit about.
Okay,
talk about real games.
What's the
People were
exhibition record?
They were
50 something and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only 2 losses.
The only 2 losses.
People were making a big deal about that. Like you can't just
but it's
sweep that under the rug.
way worse now. They're
Okay,
losing real
yeah,
players.
it leads up to this.
Yeah, because they lost now. So, but
I'm trying to put context behind why they're losing now.
They suck.
Essentially.
I mean, they just don't. I mean, shit. They don't have the
KD.
chemistry.
That's it. They have KD,
Dame, Jason Tatum. You don't like Jason Tatum?
I like him.
They got D Book.
They got
Chris
the talent.
Middleton, Drew Holiday. They all
have the
just
talent.
flew over.
Fucking Bam is on the team.
Okay.
Tell me shit about talent.
Bam is very talented.
Not talented enough.
They just.
Bam is a very talented.
They're not
player,
coached. I
first
mean.
off.
Okay, so if we could pick anybody in the NBA to fill that roster, are you picking Bam? Are you picking Bam? You're picking Bam
For the 4?
For the Olympic roster. If you guys could pick anybody, I'm not saying the people that are invited and didn't go. Anybody in the league can play on that team, and you're picking them. Are you guys picking
Probably
Bam?
not, but it's not like
Thank
he's a bad
you.
player, though.
I'm
If
not
I
saying
have
he's
the
a bad player.
options, I mean, what are all my options for
Everybody
a 4?
in the NBA.
No,
well,
but
American-born players.
Think about,
American-born players.
Everybody in the NBA that's an American-born player.
yeah, but you got to think about the position as well. Think
Okay,
about force.
yeah.
I'm
So,
giving you everybody
yeah.
in the NBA
Anyone
of that
who's
position
available.
that is an American-born player. Am I missing anything else?
I'd pick Esther to pick Bam.
Over AD.
I
If
don't
he's
know why I
healthy.
asked you
Yeah.
that
If he's
question.
healthy.
If AD is healthy, I'd pick AD. But
Okay,
when is AD
thank you.
healthy?
Oh, don't do that now.
When is AD fucking healthy?
Don't do that now.
When is
Last
he?
year when he won a championship
Against Bam.
Barely healthy.
against Bam.
He was not
They were
even.
both
He was
healthy.
barely healthy.
And he still fucking whooped on them. So what does that
Now
tell you?
he's dead.
He had game winners in the playoffs. Like, he played well.
Horse shit. It's a bunch
That
of horse
is the
shit.
fucking facts.
So,
They don't have a bad roster. I just think it's chemistry. I think it's we can't just walk up into the Olympics anymore and just expect to win.
that
by
too. The
40.
international players have
They're
gotten a lot
catching
better.
up. I mean, if you think about it,
Look at Australia.
well, not but just look in the NBA.
France.
Look at who all the people who won awards this year.
Yeah.
Jokic from overseas. Or Rudy Gobert from overseas. Fucking
France.
who was
Giannis from overseas.
the fucking Luka Doncic. He didn't win anything,
Luka.
but he's
He's
Slovenia?
basic.
yeah, he's
Him
probably
and Giannis are basically the face of the league. Neither one of them are from America.
American-born.
So
Yeah. I mean, fuck. This shit is. I mean, it's been an
But
international.
Australia has a
And,
good team.
I mean,
think
what
they
France has a good
what
team.
Dame said too. Fucking, it's different when you're playing internationally. When people are playing for their country,
Yeah.
it's a different level of play.
and
Like,
there's different rules.
they
and
play in America for a career. They're going to represent their country now, though.
Not only that,
This
the
is-
styles of play are different.
And it means a lot.
American style of play is more individualized
Yeah,
than,
hero
than,
ball.
than international
Well,
players.
well, plus they're playing a lot of. When it's international play, they have to. They're not getting those foul calls, those petty little. Oh, he
True.
fouled
Yeah,
me.
it's a different.
They got to
there's-
play
there's-
through shit.
There's different rules
They're getting
in
hit.
international.
They're getting roughed up, and they're not used to that.
Even their traveling rules are different. Goaltending is different in international
Everything.
play.
Fucking almost all of the rules.
The
are
ball is a
different.
little bit smaller. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's still a regulation size ball. It's just a weird look.
No, I think it's a little bit smaller.
I just think it's a.
I'll look it up.
I think it's just a fact of that. It doesn't matter as much to us as it does to other countries. And again, we can't just walk up into the Olympics thinking that we're
tradition, though. Goddamn it!
We can't just walk up in the Olympics thinking that we're going to drop 40 and just beat every team by fucking 50 points anymore.
The issue is they don't have Carmelo on the team.
Carmelo, geez, that's what it is.
Clearly,
Carmelo, geez, he needs to retire.
Why?
I think there's a talent difference in between this team now and probably
he played a hell of a role last year.
The past 3 Olympic teams.
On the fucking Blazers. What did he do?
What do you mean? He had a good season.
He was a good role player.
He needs to retire.
He's holding up somebody's spot?
Yeah. He's only in the league because of his name. Sure, he can get a bucket, but like...
What do you mean?
He was out of the league for a while. Player. He had the name.
He played his great role. He came off the bench and fucking drops 15 to 17 points a game.
No, he's not averaging 15 to 17 points a game. Fuck out of here.
We're going to find out right now.
Fuck out of here. He's not averaging 15 to 17 points a game.
We'll see.
I think, I'm thinking it's like maybe 12 tops. If that. I think it's single digits. 13 point. There you go.
It's more than 12, bitch.
So you're right. You got me, but.
It's almost 14 a game. That helps.
He needs to stop. He needs to call it quits.
Okay, so does LeBron.
We need another team. We need another team like the Dream Team or the Redeem Team. Not these bums.
Well, after this Olympics, when we fucking probably get bounced.
Redeem Team again.
Redeem Team again. Everybody's going to fucking come out of the woodworks.
The top guys got to come play.
Steph play.
At that point, should be there.
At
Steph
that point,
should be there.
They're old though. I mean, in the next 4 years, I mean, LeBron's probably going to be out of the league. Steph is going to be 36. Clay is already he's on. Dame is 32.
Dame's not 32. He's not that old.
Dame's still in his 20s. Dame's 29.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Pretty sure Dame's 29.
But in 4 years,
he might now be 30.
But in 4 years, I mean, he's going to be 33, 34. So I mean,
no, I was saying right now that LeBron should be there now.
Oh yeah.
As far as what you're saying, redeem. Nah, I mean, it's going to be. They're going to be out of the league by that point.
He's 31.
With Melo, that was last year. 15.4 last year.
He still needs to retire.
Off the bench.
I don't give a shit what you say. He still needs to retire.
Dame's 31? Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
So he's going to be 35 in 4 years. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's the new wave of players that are going to be on that. If we get bounced in this and don't win a gold medal in this Olympics, it's going to be the Jason Tatums, the fucking
D-Book.
I feel like the league is in a good. The league is in a good hand. Is in good hands
for sure.
International play. There's so many great international players in the NBA right now that I don't know how that's going to look in 4 years, and we're kind of seeing some of the results of that now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as far as the league, the NBA, yeah, I think it's in good hands.
Yeah,
the Lukas, the Giannis's, the
LaMelo,
Jokic,
John Morant.
LaMelo's gonna be fucking John Morant, Zion Williamson,
Mount
Anthony
Zion,
Davis,
Anthony
Edwards. I like Anthony Edwards, but I'm just not that high.
Man still has one of the highest, best dunks I've ever seen.
I'm just not that high on him for.
He'll be there for the flash. He'll be exciting to watch.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's exciting.
I think he's gonna be a good player.
Long term, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's gonna be anything like spectacular.
I'm talking about I agree with you.
Not in Minnesota. That's for
entertaining.
Sure.
He's entertaining as fuck.
I'm talking about that from a fan perspective of where the league is gonna be as far as excitement. And I think
Cade Cunningham.
We're gonna be in good hands. You like that Cade Cunningham kid that just got drafted? Is that who you're talking about?
He didn't get drafted yet. But that's. I mean.
Yeah, but if he goes to Detroit, what are they gonna do?
Hey,
whole lot of nothing.
Watch him out.
I mean, shit. Zion went to fucking the Pelicans.
And what are they doing?
Not that he's doing anything, but he's getting the fucking pub. He's getting the pub. He's getting the love.
Yeah, he was highly recruited, but doesn't matter.
He's more than highly recruited.
Yeah.
Until he does something, until he makes like a playoff.
He's highly anticipated, if anything.
I mean,
Zion's better than.
Hey, he was balling.
Zion's better than Bam.
He was balling the fuck out.
Zion is better than Bam.
Who cares? He's not. At least Bam makes the playoffs.
He's on a better team though.
Yeah, because the Heat will always shit on the Pelicans.
Yeah, for sure, because it's a bigger market. Pat Riley's
cool,
there. They have a culture built. The Pelicans. I mean, if you look through their history, they're the Hornets. In New Orleans, they were the Hornets in Charlotte. Like, they have a losing history.
A bunch of bums.
Yeah, bunch of bums for sure. Zion needs to get the fuck up out of there.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Sure, he could force his way. The way the NBA, he could definitely force his way out of there. In a couple
Davis
in a couple of years?
Yeah, in a couple of years, but not right now.
Yeah, he could. Bro, contracts don't mean a fucking thing anymore. Just because you signed a max contract, if the next year you're not happy, if you're that caliber of player, you can force your way out of any NBA franchise. At this point in time, the way the NBA is,
Zion
it's so player
averaging
friendly.
27 and 7, 4 assists.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be.
It's the shooting percentage what gets you
60-some%. Yeah, that shit's wild. He doesn't give a fuck, and he's only like 6'4", 6'6". Like he plays
he's the modern day Charles Barkley.
He plays like he's fucking
he
7 fucking something feet tall.
That is a good point.
He's probably
he can
better.
jump out the gym just like Charles Barkley too.
He might be better.
Relax.
Calm the fuck
You can't
down.
say that right now.
He might be.
Calm the fuck down.
Projection. I'm just projecting.
He potentially could be.
You got to
better.
understand, Charles is this exact person.
His ceiling could be higher than what Charles Barkley was.
Mm-hmm. He might. If he gets one chip, okay, you could say that. But
no, he doesn't even
Charles
have to
Barkley
get a
had a
championship.
great
Chuck
career.
was putting up 40 and 10 in playoff and final games. I mean,
Chuck had a
I'm not
great
saying,
career.
Yeah,
He just
but
didn't get the chip.
way that people were talking about Zion when he was coming into the league and all the hype and the star power.
Barkley didn't have that.
No, he didn't.
He made that for himself, though.
He did make it for himself, but it's the different from making it for yourself and coming into the league already having that, having that marketability, already having that. He already has his shoe fucking exploded, and that was just in college, and he was already a fucking legend off of that shit.
That's true.
He fucking ripped through his fucking shoe.
Ripped through some
Straight to the soul.
I mean,
that shit like exploded.
That's the shit that adds on to your legacy. Like besides points and fucking accolades and shit like that, like moments like that.
LeBron being on the cover as a high school.
Yeah, I mean that added to it. I mean he was 16 years old on the cover.
He's more in that company than he is Chuck. As far
I'm
as
saying playing
transcending
style.
the sport and
I know. I'm just talking about physical playing style.
Yeah.
And just the way he's physically built. He's built like a Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
He plays like a Charles Barkley.
Strong similarities.
Fucking undersized, but will bully the shit out of you.
Strong similarities.
Incredible.
Undersized will jump over you.
Indeed.
So it's like that's just how Charles played. If Zion, what is it? This is his second season? Third season now? Or he's going into his third? Okay, yeah. So this was just his second season putting up phenomenal numbers.
27 and 7, right?
With shooting 60-something%, which is phenomenal.
Was it really? Field goal percentage?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was he shooting from the 3-point? 40? Oh, it's really good for him.
Yeah.
He was a better shooter coming out of college than Charles Barkley is.
He wasn't, but Zion knows his game and he plays within his ranges. Granted, he does have a better jump shot than Giannis, but he plays predominantly in the paint.
Yeah, he does.
That's where he's getting all his points. That's why his field goal percentage is so high. But it's just like
but when you do it, when you have that, but then you also add how fucking explosive and athletic he is.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have that forever.
And he doesn't have that yet.
He does. Yeah, but
he's only 2 years into the league.
Exactly. I mean, he's gonna build off of that, and if he,
but he's also a big guy. You don't know how. I mean, like you said, projections, but Zion could get hurt, and then all this fucking bully ball and jumping over people won't happen.
Yeah,
so
but
you just gotta hope that doesn't happen.
He would have to have another facet to his game. His ceiling is only so high with what he has now. He's gonna have to improve as a player.
Yeah, of course.
To continue to grow his legacy and to get further in accomplishments in his life if that's what he wants. But he's gonna have to get better for sure. But he's great now at what he does to be 2 years into the league.
I mean, think about
averaging
it.
27 and 7.
Just like Giannis, for instance. Giannis is very criticized for playing a certain way. That certain way just won him a chip.
He had to get better.
Giannis is a different story though because he came into the league as a nobody and he was averaging fucking zero, fucking not averaging shit. Right. 2 points, fucking, and he had to build himself. Correct. The thing with Zion is that he came into the league with all the hype, with all the fucking marketability, with the fucking,
with all the bullying already,
with the he's next up type ship.
Yeah, so his ceiling does seem much higher than those guys.
I mean, so you kind of have to judge it a little differently. Yeah. His play style, very similar to Charles Barkley, and that's his comp. But as far as how he came into the league, the amount of money that he was already making, the eyes that were already on him, and I mean, talent wise, he might have a slight edge just coming into the league where his talent is and like what he's going to be capable of doing if he's able to, if he puts in the work and does the extra shit and improves on his jump shot and this, that, whatever.
What was Charles drafted as? Number 3 overall?
Same draft as Mike. I forget where he went. Yeah, Zion is a different breed. I mean, the kid was doing 360 windmills in high school with his left hand.
Yeah.
I mean, he's left-handed.
I know he's left-handed, but still, it's like incredible.
He's wild.
Left-handed or not.
Fifth? Oh.
First round, fifth pick.
Yeah, man. We'll see. Only time's gonna tell.
So Giannis got him by 4, but besides that, I mean,
Giannis was the.
Or I mean, I'm sorry, Zion got him by 4.
Number one.
Zion was what the third, or
First.
Giannis was like what the 13th pick or something like that.
Yeah. He was late. I mean, he was still a lottery pick, but he was late. And I mean, nobody really expected Giannis to be this.
Nope.
Nobody.
Kobe did.
Yeah, but that was already after he was already improved. That's after
he was improving.
That was already he already won Most Improved Player of the Year, and that was.
I don't think he had won Most Improved yet.
Yeah, he did
already.
Yeah, because then when he told him to win the MVP, it was that summer going into his first MVP season.
Right. I just remember him saying to the media that to look out for Giannis. He's going to be a problem in some years. I thought that was before the Most Improved Player part.
Shit, I was on that Giannis bandwagon early too.
You were?
I would say so.
Yeah, back in the apartment days.
Yep.
Yeah, you were.
But
And we lived there years ago.
Good old beginning or back half of 2016.
Yeah.
That was the back half of
2016, 2017.
Then
Fun times. Then this guy moved away.
Hmm.
And me and Eric hit the streets.
Fucking holding it down. Yeah, that was a fucking
Interesting times.
for real.
Interesting times. You guys want to get into some of this music? Y'all want to save it?
Fuck.
We can get into some music. I mean, that's up to you. I know
might as well. Yeah, we got some time.
Rolling Loud was this weekend in Miami. First.
Before that, Kanye West.
Oh, yeah.
He's teasing.
Teaser. Which, I mean, I didn't listen to the listening party, or the listening event shit, whatever, but.
I did. I could speak on it.
Go ahead.
Kanye West, highly anticipated album, Donda. He's kind of been teasing for a year now. He announced the release date on July 20th of 2020, saying that it would be out this coming Friday.
Bamboozled all of us.
Year goes by. The hype started to really build up early last week. Justin LeBoy, who's like a big social media presence on Instagram, announced that he heard the album. Him and KD heard the album after Kanye was spotted at a Big 3 game with Ice Cube and whatnot. This was on a Saturday, I believe. And then
the Instagram shit.
Yeah.
And then he deleted all his pictures and shit.
Then by Monday, we get the announcement that Kanye is dropping the album officially. He's going to have a listening party at the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta. And on 4 days' notice, he sells out the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Atlanta.
Yeah. That's just wild.
He put out...
And they have a fucking Kanye West Day in Atlanta now.
Yep. They gave him... He was born there. Yeah.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
He was born at Grady Hospital.
I did not know that.
Yep. That's where he was born. So sells it out. Apple live streams the event on Thursday. And it was incredible from my standpoint. He took out the whole entire field and just put a white tarp all the way down. And he was in all red leather suit, I believe made by him through Gap. I'm pretty sure that red jacket is a Gap.
Round jacket, they said it was being released and like whatever. You could start.
When he first previewed it, it was like a month ago and it was blue.
Mm-hmm.
This is the red one, right? And then Kanye's been wearing the mask thing, so he had a mask on during the performance.
It looks like he's gonna go rob a bank. He just put some pantyhose on.
Literally,
his
it's exactly what it looks like. A fucking pair of pantyhose over him. I was gonna say that. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, but the album was pretty good, production wise. It's always gonna be great when you're listening to Kanye West. But he had some pretty dope features on there. Playboi Carti was on there. Travis Scott and Baby Keem on one song, which is incredible. Him and Pusha T going back and forth trading bars on the song. He has Lil Baby on the song. Roddy Ricch is on there.
Isn't Don Toliver on there too?
Don Toliver's on there.
How was it? Did you hear that song? Was it good?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. You got to remember, none of this is mixed or mastered or anything. It's really just you're hearing it through the stream while he's playing it in the dome. But the last feature, which is what made everybody go crazy, was the Jay-Z feature.
Oh, yeah.
I remember because I listened to it at work. I was on break, and I was just listening to it, and all of a sudden, I hear, like, Jay-Z say, "Turn me up," or some shit like that. And I'm like, no fucking way. And then he comes on there and starts rapping. lost my shit. Like I didn't jump up and down and do nothing crazy. My jaw was on the ground, and there was a girl that's in my department that I'm cool with that was in the break room with me while I was watching it, and she's like, "What's wrong with you?" I just wouldn't say nothing. I was just like, "What? You don't understand what's going on right now." So, for those of you who don't know, Jay-Z and Kanye kind of been going through it for some years now. They came up together essentially. Watch the Throne, one of the greatest albums of all time. So, them getting on a record together after that long hiatus of them not working together was like a big moment.
Especially because these are two of Jordan's favorite artists.
For sure, and they're two of the greatest artists of our generation. So,
Kanye being the greatest of all time.
It's big from that perspective. So it was exciting to see when the streaming event came for the listening party. I was looking at it, and right when I started to watch it, I was like, this is going to be just like TLOP, the Life of Pablo album. When he previewed it at his fashion show and told everybody that the album was going to drop that night, and it didn't drop for another like week or two. And he did the same thing with this shit.
With people.
Hyped it up. The album's going to come out tonight. The day's not over. Give us some time. Thursday ends. It'll be out Friday morning pass. We're still working on it. Give us some time. But it's by Friday evening, Justin LeBoy announces that it's not going to come out till August 4th. Kanye wants to take his time to perfect everything.
I thought it was the 6th. August 6th.
August 6th. I apologize. August 6th. So exactly what happened is what I knew was going to happen, because
that's why I wasn't so like
gung ho.
Yeah, about listening to it. It's like, fuck, I give it to me like when it's fucking ready, and then I can sit down and fucking take it in or whatever. But
that's true. I knew once Apple announced on the commercial, the Beats commercial, that the album party was going to be streamed live. I knew that was going to happen. Like I wasn't concerned about that not happening, but I still didn't believe the album was going to come out. But finish your point. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, that was it. Like just
point I was going to make. I haven't listened to the whole thing like you did. I did listen to a few songs, and what I thought was like the greatest part about it is, regardless of the feature you had on it, there was a lot of features where he has like new, for instance, the one with Cardi or the one with Lil Baby, where it's like the newer artists and the newer styles. All you hear is Kanye. Like, it doesn't matter. He has a song with Cardi. You hear Cardi doing Cardi's thing.
Playboy Cardi.
And fucking Kanye gets on.
I feel like Playboy Cardi's features are kind of like that, though. He's more kind of like background noise, and like they kind of like use his voice and splash it in here and there.
I was telling somebody,
but he's not really like, he doesn't really have verses or like shit.
And that's what Playboy Cardi is, and I think that's what
personality. He's a
people
voice.
Have to understand that that's what he's going to bring to the table, and that's what you have to appreciate him for. I feel like Kanye did a good job of showing us
a little hype here and there.
Like that is what he is good at, and Kanye used it on his album. Everybody will appreciate that little part, but majority of people are not going to go back and deep dive into Playboy Cardi's discography because of that. You know what I'm saying? But that is what he's good at.
I mean, you got crazy Cardi fans though.
They are. They're fucking.
But
he's not.
It would have been dope to see him at fucking Rolling Loud though. I fuck with Cardi though. I like his songs. Different.
I mean, yeah. We watched his performance. I mean, granted, he could have done more. He didn't sing shit, but he was wearing a mask like Kanye, sweating his ass off.
Probably.
I watched
hot and humid.
Yeah. The best performance though that I would watch. ASAP's was cool, but Lil Baby.
Well, let's give some background to that. Rolling Loud was this past weekend. It's the first major festival since COVID. It's a fucking rap phenomenon. If you're a huge rap fan, that's the place to be. ASAP Rocky headlined Friday night. Playboy Cardi played that night as well, so we got to watch that performance on the live stream. And then ASAP Rocky was the headliner. We seen him at like 11:30. That was dope to watch.
Yeah, ASAP definitely put on a good performance.
He brought Ferg out.
But Lil Baby's part of it was right before.
Lil Baby too.
Lil Baby was right before ASAP came out and closed it. And Lil Baby perform. I mean, I've always liked Lil Baby regardless.
Yeah.
But watching him perform gives you like that extra appreciation for him.
He really was rapping those.
He rapped his entire song.
Yeah.
Like he didn't take no, like for instance, when Cardi came out.
Yeah, I mean, all other artists do that. They'll take like
Cardi's more auto tune.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Cardi is just jamming to his songs because it's more auto tune. It's not necessarily Cardi singing.
Vibing.
Lil Baby did not do that. He didn't care that his shit was playing. Like he rapped every word to his song.
That is true.
And that shit was dope to watch.
I watched Travis last night. His performance was really good too. But I noticed that, I don't know if it was they were having like audio issues or if this was his choice, but majority of the performance, I'd say the first like 60% of the performance, he had no auto tune. And he wasn't really like trying to rap that hard because he didn't sound good at all. Like he really didn't sound good. And then they put the auto tune on, and the show was fucking incredible from then on. Like it's a different show when he doesn't have auto tune. Like he has to have auto tune to perform those records the way they're supposed to be performed, and to give you like the true feeling that those records give you.
Another reason why I liked Lil Baby's performance so much.
Lil Baby needs auto tune. He was rapping those records well, but his voice didn't sound good because he wasn't auto tuned.
Baby's voice sounded fine rapping that.
You can hear the difference in the record between him actually singing it live and what the record sounds like.
But that's going to happen to anybody.
No, it's not going to happen to Jay-Z. It's not going to happen to Drake. It's not going to happen to J. Cole.
Anytime you're singing live versus something that's been recorded, you will sound different.
Wrong. Because I've been to concerts and seen them perform live, and
you just do have a full list of people you've seen.
They sound exactly like they sound on the record.
So take the backseat to this one, Jacob. Shut up.
I'd still believe, though, that you got to sound a little different. There's no way you sound the exact same.
No, there's artists that sound exactly like they sound on the record.
Interesting.
While they perform.
I haven't gone, but I'm talking.
And there's a big difference when people are using auto-tune or voice effects on records, and then they go perform them live.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a great true artist and somebody that just makes a song.
Either way, Lil Baby's performance.
And I'm not trying to take anything away from Travis because he's a great performer and he has great music. But there is a difference when he is rapping with autotune and without autotune.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it in his songs. I mean,
definitely.
Just like not even listening to him rap. If you just go to listen to one of his songs, like you could hear that it's like
the effects,
it is auto-tuned as fuck.
Right.
So of course, just naturally, that's just not going to sound the same.
True.
Definitely. And that's all I'm saying. But I still want to go see him live. I want to go to Astroworld. And I feel like Astroworld will be better because he'll have
his own shit.
It's his own shit.
It's his own shit.
So I doubt there'll be that many mistakes.
Yeah. I feel like
if any,
pretty awesome. Going to Astroworld.
Not only that, they gave him a curfew restriction. He had to pay
the fine.
The fine. The Baby did it too, but he had to pay the fine to stay longer and perform. It was a long ass time for him to come on too. Like I think it was a good like hour 45 minutes. I waited just on the live stream, so the people that were there probably waited a good hour and a half for him to come on. Because right before you went to bed last night, I had it on my phone. You heard me watching it last night, right?
I woke up at like 3 a.m. and you were still out in the living room watching that shit.
I fell asleep a couple times and woke up. I just had woken up by the time you had came out. But yeah, it was I waited a good 45 minutes to an hour before the live stream actually came on. So, and it was like that a little bit with Rocky the night before. And with Lil Baby, we were waiting 15, 20, 30 minutes in between.
Lil Baby came on 10 minutes after his time said he was going to come on.
So did Rocky.
I mean, any artist.
Right? I thought he did. 45 minutes after his posted time. Yeah. Posty performs tonight. Post Malone. He's the
headliner.
He's the headliner.
Boom.
Didn't Migos perform last night too?
Travis brought him out.
They
just performed straightening.
Yeah.
That was it. That's the only people he brought out.
Yeah, I saw Quavo post it.
Thug performed too. He performed a new song. It sounded kind of hard.
He's got pink hair now.
Yeah. Rocky did a new song too. That shit was crazy. I forget what it was called. Moby's Freestyle, I think, or something like that. But that shit went bananas. It was hard. The crowd was eating it up. So Travis came out to a new song too.
Going to festival would
Escape
be pretty
Plan.
fun.
Yeah, it would. I was kind of a little off topic. I was listening to, well, not recently, but just kind of like in the past few weeks, a lot of Jack Harlow. He's kind of a little Drake-esque to me. Like he's got some like he'll hop on like that little Nas X shit and the fucking Paperwork Party and just like he's got I don't know. He seems like he's got like I don't know, just kind of like his style a little bit. It's reminiscent of Drake a little bit.
I could understand that.
Like the wittiness and like the cockiness, but also kind of like
he knows what to do.
He kind of shits on himself just a little bit. Like he's like he I don't know. He rides that line. Yeah, exactly. He rides that line of like, I'm the shit. I'm cool. I know what the fuck I'm doing, but like I'm also like, you know, I'm Jack Harlow.
No, he's good. I fuck with Jack Harlow. His confidence on records, you can feel them. You know, like he knows what he's doing with a song.
Yeah. I just thought I was gonna throw that in there. let people fucking digest that.
Yeah, we
But-
fucking with Jack Harlow. That Lil Nas record is kind of hard too. Like
you saw
the
he was
horns.
getting shit for that
Haven't
for
heard
being
it.
on that video. Or
Jack Harlow?
Yeah,
Of course,
They're
he
trying
is.
to cancel him.
for being straight. Essentially,
They're like, yeah, Twitter reacted. They were like, why does he have to say he's a straight white male? We should can't like
that.
just
And
cancel
then
Jack
there's
Harlow.
another one that was
Jack
like,
Harlow came back and said some sus shit though. Did you see what he said?
He be saying such shit.
I mean, he does. He gave Lil Nas X his credit because Lil Nas X wrote the whole treatment for the video. And the
something
video,
about the sex tape or some shit like that. Is that what you're talking about?
no,
Like
he said that he wrote every part of the video, the whole entire treatment, and that Jack Harlow just played his position. But if Lil Nas X asked him to be in the shower scene, that he would have did it gladly. And in the video, the shower scene is they're in jail and it's a bunch of guys dancing around together. Lil Nas X is, you know what I'm saying?
He's what?
He's a supporter of. He's bisexual. He's bisexual. That's what it is.
Is he? I thought he was just
Yeah, he's
gay.
just
I thought he was
gay.
straight
No,
up
he's
gay.
bisexual.
He's bisexual?
He said he's bisexual.
I
He likes both.
still don't believe that is a thing for guys. There's no such thing as bi. If
I'm
you're a
trying
guy.
to be politically correct here.
I'm not that politically correct. If you're bi and you're a guy, you're gay. So it's all right that you're gay. Just say that you're gay.
So, but what if he's getting pussy too?
That
You
would
still
make
can
it
like
bi.
girls,
What if
but
he's
you're
getting
still
more
gay.
pussy than you?
I would believe that.
I
mean, it's Lil Nas
kudos to
X.
you. Yeah, kudos. To you. He's making millions. He should be. But
Famous.
Oh, yeah, he's
yeah,
like
pretty famous too.
Butters
No, I'm
both
just kidding.
sides of the biscuit.
Wrong biscuit. But nah, hey. But like I said, if you're gay, hey, by all means,
Tyler
be gay.
too.
Tyler, he
Ain't
fucking
gotta be like this. I'm down for the threesome. Isn't that
I
what he
was just
said?
about to say that. Yeah.
I might buy a boat.
Tyler created. I've been sitting with the album more. That shit is growing on me more. Not that I didn't like it
It's a
before.
great
but
album.
It really is.
It's probably it's rap album of the year right now.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. That fucking sweet song.
Until
my shit
Pop
right
Smoke's
now.
album came out. I'm just
Nah, that didn't.
Pop Smoke's
Pusha
album
T
is
said
straight.
that.
Yeah, I know. The album is straight, but that's definitely not what Pop Smoke was as an artist.
All the features and stuff like
All
that.
the
That's what
features.
said.
I mean, he's even said it in interviews like
I don't
that.
fuck
He,
with niggas.
yeah, he was like, I don't want to have people like if I'm gonna do it or if I'm gonna make it, I want to make it on my own. Like I don't want to have all these features on my songs, shit like that. And then this is clearly, his label putting out an album.
It's a cash
Well, they're
grab.
just
Stephen
they're just
Victor.
trying exactly. They're just trying to cash out as much as they can. Cause
That's
I mean,
what makes
they-
me uncomfortable about that Pusha T thing because Pusha T didn't have a relationship with him. Pusha T has a relationship with Stephen Victor, who is the manager of both.
Yeah, well, man.
Why is he even saying Pop Smoke's name in a song? Like,
'Cause
do
that's
your
the fuck-
verse and move on.
Because that's the fucking name of the game. That's what it is
Yeah.
now. That's what it is.
And I love Push, but like Push kills me because he tries to come across as like this super authentic character that like,
Old school shit. And
and he plays the game like everybody else does in
yeah,
the music
but
game.
he had. I mean,
The
at this
music
point,
industry.
if you're in the game for that long, like you're bound to fucking do the shit that you're speaking out on.
True.
And he's been doing it for so long. He's to the point where he doesn't really have anything. What does he have to lose from that?
I'm just trying to say he has
He has-
corny moments too.
Of course, but what rapper doesn't have corny moments?
True.
True.
But I'm just he tries to walk this line like he
Everyone's
like he does
been,
it.
everyone's
Of
been
course,
put on at
of
least
course.
one song where they're like,
Of course.
And I
shouldn't have
fuck
done
with
that.
Push. Don't get
Of
it
course.
twisted. I'm a Push fan. It's just certain things that he has done that I kind of think are corny.
Yeah.
Drake too,
Yeah.
and I love Drake. I'm
You
one of
think
the
Jay-Z's
biggest Drake
done any
fans.
corny shit?
No, Jay Z. Come on now, relax. There's levels to it. Jay Z. They've only caught Jay Z 2 or 3 times, and
So there you go.
2 or 3.
but he's not doing corny shit. He's just doing things out of the norm that you wouldn't expect Jay Z to do. Jay Z on a jet ski with a helmet. That's out of his element. He looks kind of funny there. Him jumping off of a boat. He
Jay Z
doesn't-
doing anything looks pretty funny.
him doing athletic shit. He
doesn't
kind of is
seem
out of
very-
his.
he doesn't
He's
seem
out of
very
his
athletic.
element, so he looks kind of goofy at that point. But that's only happened 2 or 3 times in his career. Other than that,
I'm sure you can
Jay's
find
the
moments
guy.
where he did some corners. That fucking Monsterverse. That was fucking ass, garbage, trash.
that's experimental.
This guy.
He didn't know how.
It's all about how
what's
you
gonna
word
happen.
it. It's all about the wording, Jacob. It's all
Yeah.
about the fucking wording.
But yes, to your
Get
point,
away with anything as
to
long
your-
as you word it nice.
to your point, every rapper, every person has probably had a
Yeah,
corny
of
moment in
course.
their life.
Especially in entertainment.
Part
Their
of it.
shit is just
Especially in entertainment,
Broadcasted.
music, fucking actors. Like, they've all done corny fucking, because it's by its nature, it's kind of corny. Like, I mean, some of these like bars and metaphors or shit. Like, if you were to just say that in your everyday fucking vocabulary, people would look at you like, bro, you're fucking lame.
Right.
But because you're on a fucking hard ass beat, you're
got
making
that
millions
cape.
of dollars. You got the fucking, you paint this
got the
ambiance, and yeah, you can fucking get away with saying certain shit.
Yep. 100%.
And it's not as corny because it's for whatever, for whatever reason. But
yeah, I agree.
I digress.
I agree with you.
Fuck, but
with that being said, we need to go to a live festival concert of that nature because the energy is something that's unmatched.
Look up. I'll go to Astro World with you.
All right.
So Astro World.
When is it? November?
November, the first weekend of November.
So basically like the same time EDC type shit.
Yep. Who fucking wants to go to that though?
I did.
We've done it.
I know, but
You've done it a couple times.
Twice.
I've done it once. And it was only for one day. You did the whole thing.
The whole shebang. The whole jabang.
Okay, 2 days. So
Yeah, so it's
Shebang.
the 5th and the 6th, I believe. So it's a Friday and a Saturday.
nice. We'll fly out Thursday, stay Thursday, come back Sunday.
Boom.
Plans made.
Anything else for the people?
Episode 106.
In park.
Wow.
106 in Park.
It's classic.
I don't want to be Terrence or Bow Wow or AJ.
Just be yourself, man.
Hey,
It's enough.
JG.
There you go. There you go.
That would be funny to do. We could do like our top 10 video countdown. Who would be in the top 10 videos right now? We're not watching enough videos to know though.
Nah, I don't really watch videos like that.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to them, but it's not something I do all the time.
Damn, it would be a lot different if you do it from like 10 years, just 10 years ago to now, how the videos are looking and shit, and that shit would be wild.
Definitely.
It'd be kind of comical, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
But I mean, if you think back then, think about Ludacris's videos.
Yeah,
They were comical.
they were outlandish. He was dancing
Missy
on
Elliott, outlandish.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of
There's
people.
always, there's always
ODB.
there's always been elements of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's creative.
Artistry
shit,
is
so,
always
yeah.
creative and out there. And
Yeah.
Everyone does a little something different, tries to be noticed or be different in a way.
right.
You got to.
Just broke my back.
You got to, especially nowadays where everybody's trying to do something.
Big Pimpin' video is still a dope video to this day. Jay-Z, like, that looks like some cool shit. They're just on a big white triple decker yacht in the Virgin Islands. Champagne, women, diamonds.
But there's no virgins on that boat. Hey,
Nope.
a lot of fucking going on.
All right. Well,
On
thanks
that
for
note.
tuning in.
And with that, this is episode 106 of the No Hangover Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play.
Yeah.
Google Play. Just had to make sure. Google Play. Yeah. You could also watch the visuals on YouTube. Check them out. Follow and subscribe. Leave comments. Check us out on Instagram. Follow that at No Hangover Podcast. Check out the latest merchandise at our website, nohangoverpodcast.com. www.
Yeah.
nohangoverpodcast.com.
Yeah.
With the Sharpie.
True. I should one of these days. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say?
Yeah.
Tell the people.
Fuck everybody, love everybody.
Fuck everybody, love everybody. Okay.
Gang moves.
Peace. See y'all next week.